when we first went in, I was like, this place feels different. First of all, there was an attic. Not many houses in the South have attics.
Yeah.
Well, not ones that are built to go up into regularly with a staircase.
Yeah.
And the whole attic was like wood. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It had a creepy vibe to it.
How did you get up in the attic? Was there like steps to it?
We just go around the house and open doors. And then we found a door with a staircase upward
To an attic.
to an attic.
It wasn't like, because a lot of places have that pull down thing where you pull it down and it's like a ladder.
We weren't motivated enough to do all that probably, because we know those kind of attics is just like insulation and crawl space style. You know what I mean? This was a walk upstairs. There's a window up there. It was an attic.
A window to see, so the clown can look out of?
Dude, I'm telling you, this attic was creepier. We noticed there was a few books and things upstairs, but we didn't want to hang out because it did feel creepy. We had seen too many horror films, and so it just had a vibe to it. Tim made a comment at some point about probably there's a basement, because it seemed like the house had a basement. And
Attic and a basement? Wow, this place has got everything.
And you know that the next scariest thing to an attic is a freaking basement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we were getting ready to leave, and right next to the kitchen where we came in at, there was a little door.
Oh no.
And Tim opened it up.
And there
it was.
A rat?
No.
Oh.
A staircase.
Oh. Was there any rats?
Going
Did
down.
you ever find any rats?
I haven't
I'm
ever
curious.
seen any rats.
No, that one time. We'll come back to that story. I want to tell that funny story.
Let me.
You know what I'm talking about?
You keep taking us out of the story
Yeah.
by asking questions that are off topic.
Okay.
But there was a staircase going downward into the earth. It was dark. We had our phones. We have a light on our
Flashlight.
phones.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was no electricity working in the house. So we turned our phones on. We started flashing it around. It looked like a fairly big basement, probably a 2-room basement. So Tim starts going down the steps, and we both have our lights out. He's pointing down, I'm pointing into the room, and all we're seeing is just like, a little bit. It's a bigger room, so you can't illuminate the whole thing. And we get about almost to the bottom of the steps. Tim turns his light over, freezes, and then I didn't see what Tim was seeing, but I start hearing this accelerating towards us. And Tim freaks out. He starts running up the steps, but I'm in his way, so he's jumping on top of me.
Yeah.
And I react like a second and a half after he does.
Well, I gotta say, why is Tim going first? It's
Because he's more adventurous. Of course I'm more scared than Tim is. There's no shame in that. I've always been a little bit of a wimp in comparison to Tim. And we book it up the steps, right? Tim says, I saw something moving. It wasn't like our size. It wasn't a human, but it wasn't small. It wasn't a rat. It was like slightly bigger than raccoon size, probably. But it was dark. We only had our lights. He only saw it for a second. And it was running after us. So we thought maybe it's like a rabid raccoon or something,
Or a possum. Maybe it
or
was
a possum. And I was like, when something catches you off guard, your senses trick you. So we were like, we should take another look.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's not as bad as we thought. And I remember the second time we went down, we only got halfway this time.
Yeah.
And it started running again towards us. And I remember vividly that second time thinking those footsteps are a lot heavier than a raccoon, because a raccoon scurries. This sounded like 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it sounded bigger than I noticed the first time. And we ran up again, because it's it's charging us. You know what I mean? It may not be big, but we don't know what it is. But it keeps charging us from the basement. We're like, first of all, how are they in the basement? There's no windows in the basement. There's, as far as we know, there's no like tunnels out of the basement.
Something got stuck in there.
Something's down there, and for some reason, it's still alive. You know?
A clown?
It wasn't a clown. It's like a baby clown.